With the Olympics wrapping up this year, we definitely got to see some of the capabilities of the athletes. From performances that looked inhuman to others that were definitely improvable, the Olympics did what the Olympics always does and showed us normal people that the limit to the human body isn't waking up at 8 a.m. and not eating a frozen meal for a day. Or did it? Something that doesn't get talked about much is how poorly France ran the Olympics this year. And no, I'm not talking about how they left the scene full of water or making the athletes sleep on cardboard. I'll leave that stuff for the CNN. I'm talking about all those stupid OSH guidelines. Yeah, why can't we have one Olympic where WADA isn't making up some stupid rules about what drugs the athletes can't take? Just let them play. So forget the rules, forget the regulations, and hopefully forget the next 50 years of jail time that I'm about to have, because in these next few minutes, I'm gonna show you what I would do if I was the commissioner of the Olympics. The first thing that we have to do is let them take steroids. Think about all the potential we're missing out by making sure they're all natural. Nature is cool, but it's not gonna give me 31-inch biceps. Imagine the things we would see if everyone took trend. Usain Bolt's 963, broken. Michael Phelps' 28 medals, destroyed. Nadia Comaneci's perfect record. Some kid in Russia is doing it as we speak. We could finally get rid of those dumb, boring weights for powerlifting and instead just make them leg press cars. And if for some reason you don't actually care about the Olympics and you're just a money man, then this will definitely put some Benjamins in your pockets. Picture this. You're an athlete in some sport, like breakdancing. You know, maybe that's not the best example. You're a future flag football medalist, but when you throw the ball, something feels a little off. You don't get that extra humph, that extra yard. So instead of going to your coach and asking for extra assistance, you decide that you want to take it in your own hands, and then boom, they gave you crack. You're addicted and your career is over. Now you're upset because you're tweaking on the streets of Phoenix, and your coach is mad because this is the 5th athlete this week. Now this is where the businessman comes in handy. Instead of you having to go to the alleys of Skid Row to get some motivation, there's a store where you can get anything you need at any time. We eliminate the middleman while also making everybody happy. Okay, I started this segment as a joke, but I actually might be spitting right now. This is a genius. Okay, maybe that's a little too extreme. Maybe you don't think it's a good idea to pump Simone Biles with so much stanzazole that she looks like a rhino, but that's fine because I have another trick up my sleeve. I'm the commissioner of the Olympics after all. My sleeves are so big, we don't have to give steroids to the athletes to make people realize how good they are. In fact, we don't need to do anything to them at all. Remember when Theodore Roosevelt said comparison is the death of joy? Well, you probably do if you actually watch the Olympics, but that's about to change. It's pretty hard to tell the strength and speed of all these athletes because of their talent and intense training. So I feel like a nitpicking judge every time I watch the Olympics. Not anymore, because I'm adding regular people into the Olympics. Imagine watching your 2nd grade math teacher competing against Usain Bolt, your driving school instructor run a triathlon, or you hitting the subscribe button. Please, I need it, please, please. If I watched Miss Grizzly do a double backflip on some bars, I would appreciate Sun Lee's routine a little more. And some people would have never imagined that they would go anywhere with sports can say they went to the Olympics. Now they're only there so we can count on them, but it's still a good experience to have. They can live in the village and everything. And if it ever gets dry, then we'll put Sneeko in there. We'll cause some drama. We just gotta make sure we don't accidentally put in a David Goggins, because then we might be screwed. But with all these changes, we're forgetting the most important part about the Olympics. The thing that has the ability to bring us together during times of war, that can bring billions of people from different countries that speak completely different languages to unite with each other. The sports themselves. They suck. Okay, now before I start getting attacked, they're not bad, they're just a bit boring. Like watching surfing sounds cool, but it's really just them spending 20 minutes waiting for a wave. Or BMX, which is really cool to watch, but the races are only 30 seconds long. It gets pretty stale after a while, which again, is why I'm here. First thing we have to do is add lumberjacking. Now this might sound a little crazy at first, but I actually looked into it and it's a legitimate sport. Like people actually compete in it. Like this stuff looks more fun than half the sports we already have. Plus, you know, some people would be simping over the lumberjack, so it's increased viewership. And just imagine having a hillbilly sleep in the same room as LeBron James. That would be perfect. Next, we have to do competitive eating. This might not be the idea of the Olympics people have in mind, but just watching a guy eat 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes deserves some sort of gold medal. And if you really want to spice it up, you can make them run a mile and then eat 20 hot dogs, so they have to come up with some strategy. It may seem kind of gross, but you wouldn't tell me this wouldn't bring max viewership. Just imagine the US getting some random guy from McDonald's. Japan gets some sumo wrestler. Russia gets Putin. That would be world class. And I genuinely don't know why they don't already have this in the Olympics, but dodgeball would be phenomenal. You gotta watch your country go against the world like you're watching the coaches go against each other in gym class. It would be epic. They could even wear the headbands they wear in the movies and we change the scenery. One match is in the gym and then, oh no, we're on the moon. It's gonna take 10 years if I talk about all of them, so here's the speed run. Olympics Junior, where there's kids only 6 and under, but there's no adults to help them, so they have to figure out everything. One guy just does every single event, and if he beats you, you're out of the Olympic. Or something else. I don't even. People go to our arcade and see you can get the most tickets in an hour, and with those tickets, you have to make it the farthest across the world as you can. So if the Olympics are in France, and some guy ends up in China because he knows how to flip a Nintendo Switch and no money, then he wins. We should add Rocket League, but in real life. Archery, but they wear vests and hide while they try to shoot each other. But also, there's animatronic bears.
Laser time!
You know, maybe the Olympics is fine. Maybe the thing that makes it so great is it doesn't have the oversaturated games and ideas, but it just truly tries to capture the essence of being an athlete. Instead of trying to change it, we should just watch and appreciate what we can see while we still can. I'm still serious about the steroids.